Alright, folks, so I have a quick one for you today. Today, I want to show you guys how to do a seed and a boundary selection in Creo Parametric. This is probably one of the best tips that I have gotten from a senior Creo user. I found it incredibly helpful. Suppose that you are tasked with finding the interior volume of something like this. Now, obviously, this is a simple shape, right? Don't kill me for it. But I've used this on the most complicated things, and I can almost guarantee you that it's going to work. But how do you do a seed and boundary selection? Okay, now first of all, we need to back up a little bit, right? What the hell is a seed and boundary selection? What is that? I've never heard of that. A seed and boundary selection, you can think of it like this, okay? Imagine that you're dropping a bunch of water in here, all right? And again, pretend that it doesn't spill and it's perfectly laminar, because there's always that one person out there that says, well, what if you're dripping it the other way? Okay, let's pretend that it's perfectly laminar and it's flowing beautifully, whatever, right? What is the first surface it's going to hit? So if there's water pouring in here, what's the first surface it's going to hit? So, I think it's the bottom, right? This bottom face is the first surface that it's going to hit. That is going to be your seed face. So go ahead and select the seed face like so. Now go ahead and hold the shift key and now ask yourself this next question. If you are pouring water in here, you very clearly need a boundary surface. In other words, up to what point are you going to fill it up to? Well, I want to fill this thing to the brim, so while holding the shift key, I'm going to select this face right here because that is the point where I want the water to stop. So click. Now, if you let go of the shift key, watch what happens. See that? It selects everything in this seed and boundary selection. So going back to our water analogy, any surface that is touched by this quote unquote water is now selected. That is what a seed and boundary selection allows you to do. It allows you to pick all of the interior surfaces or exterior surfaces, depending on how you define it, very, very easily. All right. So at this point, I can now say Control C, Control V, right? You can see right there, it says seed and boundary surfaces, and I can hit OK. Now, of course, I can just hide the solid there. Let me go and hide the body. Come on, damn you. And there's my interior surfaces. Okay. Now, just to kind of show off a little bit, I can very easily just make, a sketch like so and create an air solid of this thing, right? So I can project the exterior curves here, right? Go away. There we go. So there's 1, 2. Oh, I forgot to hit the first green check mark. I'm so used to the older versions of Creo that, it still hasn't clicked in my head yet. But click, hold the control key, click. You have to hit this little green check mark first, and now you can hit the big green check mark. All right. And so now what we can do is we can turn this into a solid. So I can go over into the merge all of this together like so, and then we can solidify it, but we want it created as a new body. And now we can go ahead and show both of them, and boom, now you have the interior volume right there. See that? So you don't have to sit there and hold the control key and select all this other crap, right? A seed and boundary selection just makes it so easy. All right. Now I'm going to leave this one for homework for you, since this is a quick one. What would happen if there was a hole on, say, the other side of this container? Would the seed and boundary selection still work? And the answer to that is, of course it would still work. You just have to think about what would be your seed face. And I'll give you a hint, it can be any surface inside. Anyway, I hope this little tip helps you out. I'm going to post a couple more other tips like this here and there. So stay tuned and take it easy. Bye-bye.